After reviewing the facts, it is clear that general ed courses should be done away with. It is both a waste of money and time. From the financial aspect, you see that there is a rising cost in tuition in UCs and a rising cost in cost per unit in community colleges. In UCs currently it's about $13,000 per year in tuition, and at community college it's $47 per unit for each class. At the end of the day, by the time you finish your degree, you find yourself spending about $26,000 at most UCs because of the 2 years you had to spend finishing up your general ed courses. On top of that, it is simply a waste of time. Compounding the fact that you have to pay about $26,000 for the 2 years that you spent, you find that the courses that you took will never be applied to your jobs. Again, citing that that Georgetown STEM program study, only 5% of people use a course such as Algebra 2. You can find plenty more examples of these by simply looking at the courses you're taking right now and seeing if it applies to your career path that you're choosing. For me, in engineering, I find that what I learned in an English class about fairy tales is never going to be used because it has nothing to do with math or science or technology. My opponent argued that taking these general ed courses will lead to more money, to you making more money in your career and also making you a more well-rounded person. Well, for that first point about making more money, she used the argument that people who get doctorate degrees or master's degrees tend to make more money. However, this has nothing to do with the fact that you make more money from general ed courses, as general ed courses, first of all, are for undergrads, not graduate students. Also, she fails to neglect how this could affect you financially, not just from the general ed courses that you take, but also in the fact that in order to get those degrees, in a master's or a doctorate's degree, you have to pay even more money just to go to graduate school and complete that in order to get those degrees to make more money. In the end, it's almost counterintuitive when you consider that there's interest in the debt that you accumulate in order to get a degree, to get these degrees, or the debt that you accumulate, the interest that accumulates with the debt from taking these general ed courses. And then again, she mentions that you become a more well-rounded person. Well, I argue that she actually did not present any evidence that the courses that you take will be applicable to any job that you're going to have in the future. She simply mentions that it makes you more well-rounded and, maybe improves your skills, but she did not mention any specific skill that you can gain or any specific example of a skill that you can acquire that will be applied to your future career.